All right, we're gonna play some Nebula, Iron Lad, Control. It's got Jeff, Storm, Spider-Man, Iron Lad, Professor X. Everybody's favorite card lately, Professor X. My goodness, been seeing people not thrilled about Professor X quite a bit lately. Play around with this for a little bit and see how it goes. Plus, I need some. I don't know if I need any boosters or anything. All right, turn one Nebula always feels good. All right. Hello. I don't think Evo's coming soon. Like, my understanding of how long it takes to get approval on all the platforms is kind of bonkers, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're 2 days out. Like, it could happen today, but I think we might be even 2 days out. They have to get approval from Apple, Google, and Steam. That just doesn't happen, like, you know, midnight last night until now. Hello, Nicholas Stearns. What's up, Joker Man? What's your take on the Hayes thing? It's gonna take some time, man. All right, I'm gonna put Spider-Man in the middle. You think it's just about shop implementation? They need a new patch. They can't hot fix it. So they need to do a whole another update, which means they have to get approval from Apple, Google Play, and Steam, all three platforms. That, you know, them waking up at 8, 9 o'clock last night here in Pacific time and pinging those three developers to rush as quick as possible for a mistake that they made. It's not going to happen. Like, these things take time. Yeah, this is going to be like oh, that's kind of bad for me, right? Oh, should I have did I screw up? I may have screwed up, huh? The mistake was they didn't allow everybody to buy High Evolutionary. Wow, if I would have left I still would have lost. It's a bigger problem if they can't hot fix it, right? And yeah. I mean, I'm not a designer, so I don't. You mean what is the net effect for us? Is that we don't get high? They can't release High Evolutionary. That's the mistake. Is that nobody has High Evolutionary? High Evolutionary was supposed to come out last night. Yeah. Well, that sucks, man. This is Galactus, right? Yeah, yeah, nobody has high evolutionary. It wasn't supposed to say Howard the Duck. This is it's not, it has nothing to do with the card. It has to do with the shop. The shop is broken. And they can't fix it unless they go to the developer until they update the game. So what they're saying is that it may be as early as today, and what I'm saying is I don't see that happening. I don't see them fixing this today or this getting resolved today at all. That's not how things work in my experience with these type of situations. No, I don't think they're going to give free anything. Yeah, I mean, it had to be a bigger issue than like the stats not right on a card. It has to be like an issue like on the magnitude of the coding for the store needs to be reprogrammed, and in order to reprogram it and update it, they have to issue out a new patch which has to get approved by Apple, Google, and Steam. And that will those approval processes don't just like happen and like I mean, my experience is those things take time. The patch was last week, so whatever code was in the last week's patch doesn't work. They didn't have a new card last week, right? Or they had Howard the Duck, but that was after the patch, right? The patch happened after Howard the Duck. I don't know what to do here. I mean, this is one of these fucked games here, so I don't know if it matters much. I don't really like my options here at all. None of them. They just seem bad. left? No. You're not with Morbius. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe Morbius is good. Well, I'm glad that I didn't do that, though, either way, right? Hmm. 5 plus 4 is 9. Oh, I had a second Jeff. How come I didn't know that? Oh. That wouldn't have mattered. 9. That's the same, right? All right, let's upgrade, what, Nebula? All right, I don't have enough. I can upgrade Gamora, right? Star-Lord. I don't feel like upgrading those cards. Nice. All right. I mean, if they're able to push out an entire patch by this afternoon, that means that they have an amazing relationship with all 3 platforms, like top tier, like they are top tier, like the best possible relationship on 3 platforms. We'll see. Superflow. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll put Nebula there next turn. That's pretty good. Bishop. All right. Star-Lord for 5, right? And then Nebula will grow. Okay. Let's see here. What's going to mess with them more? I don't know if that's that good. Well, I'll have Chavez, right? Where's the salt? Did I miss it? Reddit and Discord have been super fun the last 14 hours. You're talking about the high evolutionary? Yeah, they fucked up. Whatever they did on the patch screwed up how new cards are released, and they have to put out a new patch. We'll go read the. I mean, I haven't looked at the Marvel Snap Reddit. Where's the sticky? Yeah, client patch. Yeah, that's not happening. I just don't see it. Like I just can't imagine they're going to be able to do that. I really wish they would eliminate pictures from that Reddit. Like I just don't particularly care for pictures like on Reddit. Like it just takes up a lot of space. All right. Like look at this. Like it just takes up a lot of space. I wish it was just text. Okay, what do we want to do here? Well, I guess we can put Star-Lord over there, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe I can steal Hellfire Club right here. Dracula. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to do anything, right? Yeah, I don't know. She-Hulk Savalan wearing gold background with purple sparkle. Oof, nice. I don't play She-Hulk as much as I used to. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's look at Snap. I mean, like, nobody gives a duck. Now, hey, everybody, this guy has 2 Howard the Ducks in his token shot. See, nobody cares. All right. Galactus now being reviewed for adjustments. Wow, they are gonna go. They're gonna nerf Galactus. All right. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew they were gonna nerf Galactus. Anybody here a total Galactus lover? I'm gonna show you something that's pretty wild, actually. If I look at non-infinite players, like playing, you know, not in bot land, so like let's say 50 to 99, right? Most games played is fucking Galactus with a very high cube rate. Most played deck is Galactus. They can't be happy with that. His play rate hasn't subsided as we hoped. We reviewed ways we can adjust his card to better accomplish our goals. Galactus is getting nerfed. I'm not a Galactus hater like some people, but like I understand why people don't like Galactus. And when I was saying that they didn't need to nerf Galactus, he had a lower play rate and a lower cube rate that has accelerated. His cube rate and play rate has gone through the roof. So where's my Evolutionary? Get fucked. It's been a rough week for my rank. Seeing new 7 cube per rank challenge, thinking I can climb ranks faster now. Realizing also means you can drop rank. Yeah, the cube thing doesn't it doesn't mean anything. It's all the same. Most forgotten card in the game. I think it's Strong Guy. Yeah. That's funny. The best I could do is Howard the Duck. I thought I'd be a fan of the deck. I bought Galactus and it is boring and bad. Yes! This is what I've been saying for a long time. But apparently it has... I think what happened is Leech got nerfed. And the reason why that Galactus wasn't like going crazy and winning a lot more than it is now was because of Leech. And now that Leech, you know, and people aren't playing Leech like they used to, right? At all. And so Galactive has really thrived. But at the end of the day, it's kind of boring and it's temperamental and... Yeah, I'll do a video. High Evolutionary is gonna... They say that it's gonna... I mean, my experience with other developers... Keep in mind that I've been playing mobile games and, you know, heightened thought about mobile games and mobile game development for the last 8 years. This idea that they can get Apple and Google and Steam to approve a new patch in a matter of hours, in my opinion, is delusional. Like this idea that it's going to magically work today, I don't see it. I've never, in all of my conversations with developers, that doesn't seem realistic. It's possible, but I don't know. Unless there's some sort of new processes that I don't know about, processes, that just doesn't seem realistic. Guys literally want one thing. It's fucking disgusting. High Evolutionary, yeah. Everyone's so excited about Heather, but what do you think of this card? I don't think it's that good. And actually, it's a 6/6 now, right? I said that I don't think it's good. I think it's going to be a Wong combo thing, and it's going to get countered by Cosmo, and it's not going to matter. If that makes any sense. Like, I just don't think that this is going to matter. Also, for Twitch Rival, a lot of people want it in and can't get in. Also, STD is giving boosted accounts for non-snap people playing. I have I mean, I've been contacted by Twitch Rivals before. They didn't get a hold of me, but keep in mind, I don't play Snap on Twitch. And Marvel Strike Force is not Marvel Snap's target market. Marvel Snap's target market is Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, Runeterra, and other card games. So they're going to pursue content creators in those types of card games, plus a handful of Snap creators. I mean, it's a marketing thing. It's by Samsung. Heed, Howard, the words of the High Evolutionary. I wonder if this will work. Let's see if I can make something. Sometimes these things work. You never know. I'll come back to it. Sometimes it works. All right. So glad they added the series and I could tell what series my card is. All right, that didn't work. Yeah, it's to market Snap, not market Snap CCs. Yes. In a lot of ways, Steve, you know, just having some representation from the Snap community is better than none, I suppose. They obviously went for the big ones. What I don't see is how is not... Is it a tournament? Is it a tournament style? Like, or what is the format? It's Twitch Rivals, right? And how long is it for? Like, how is not, like, Jeff and Dara gonna clean up? Like... Or, I mean, at all. Like, how can they not just, like, run over everybody? Like, I don't even think that's fair, right? Well, the people that pull the most numbers and then Nina, I don't know, what kind of numbers does Nina pull? Yeah, but Cozy doesn't, it's based off Twitch numbers, not YouTube or... I don't stream on Twitch. Cozy doesn't stream on Twitch. Molt doesn't stream on Twitch, right? Who streams on Twitch? Binks, Dara, the Jeff, and what's his face? Dexter, Snapster, and you know who else is big? Like Mogwai doesn't do anymore. Ocean Mud is there. Ocean Mud, I don't know. Ordinary Harry. I don't really know, but I think they got all the big ones and a girl, you know, and not that that matters, but... Alex? Does Alex... Well, here, let's do this. I actually have a tool for that. Who's this Atri? Ordinary. So did Ordinary Harry not get invited? Huh. Like, who? I don't know who this is. Is this the, oh, it's Italian. All right. So like Ordinary. So like Jeff, Ordinary Harry, Dexter, and Dara. Is Ordinary Harry on the list? TLCG doesn't stream on ever. I mean, these are the it's Twitch based, not YouTube videos, not YouTube, Twitch only. It's a Twitch event. Yeah, well, Dexter actually gets more viewers than Dara. Yeah, watch time is what matters. Yeah, Jeff gets most of the watch time. So is Ordinary Harry should have been there. Is he on that? Is he playing? I don't know. Oh, it's a tournament style with teams. Oh, so it's not going to matter. I see. Look at these cartoons, man. Look at these weird cartoons. I see what they're trying to do here, but wow, look at this. That's wild, man. Oh, it's a Samsung event. Yeah. Yeah, the only person that's not on this list from the Marvel Snap community that doesn't make sense to me is Ordinary Harry is not here, and Nina is a noob. Well, that's fine. I guess. Like, what? I don't care. Like, what do I care? Like, just from metrics. I don't. The news for the High Evolutionary is they're delusionally thinking that it'll be available this afternoon. I don't believe that. So the news is, like, listen, let me put it to you this way. If it comes in 2 days, on the third day, I would be like, yeah, this is taking a long time. Like, 2 days, like, I don't, we'll see, but my best guess would be 2 days. Starts in your hand, but as a 110. Start your home hand while in your hand. Tap, unreveal logo, see what was it? Why would he be? Oh, 1-0. Yeah, but this is deck thinning. They have a big aversion to deck thinning. Yeah, this would make it an 11 card deck. I don't think that's good. Actually, that's the opposite of deck thinning, right? If it starts in your hand. Yeah, updates usually take 40. Yeah, they have to go through. It's so listen, it has to get approval from 3 separate companies. Do you think that all 3 of them are going to jump up last night at 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night and say, oh, hey, Marvel Snap, you screwed up. Yeah, we'll get right on fixing that. We'll get these approved and reviewed for you. Do you think all 3 of those companies are going to do that? Or do you think they're going to get to it when they get to it? Probably one of them will be slower than the others. This idea that it's going to be High Evolutionary is going to be this afternoon, I do not see it. Even if they were able to like fast pass this on 1 or 2 of the platforms, one of them is going to hold it up. One of the 3 platforms is going to hold up this process. I don't see it being less than 2 days. Yeah, dude, it's this idea that it's going to be ready this afternoon, maybe. I mean, there might be things that I don't know, like things that have changed in the process, but the process historically has never been like that. Ever, not even close. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I just don't see it. Like, I mean, like I said, my understanding of the way that it works is that it usually takes 2 days. No, they have to, so whatever they released in the last patch undid the process for releasing new characters. So Howard the Duck was released correctly. Patch came in, something got screwed up in the new patch. They have to unwind that and submit a new patch. They uncovered this mistake bug, which they could not fix like over the air or a hot fix. They have to go and resubmit approval to not only Apple and Google, but also Steam. And this happened late last night. And they think that this is gonna just like, the fix for High Evolution is going to require a client patch, which unfortunately means it's going to take some time. We will continue to update everyone as we work the solution. Appreciate y'all. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, that is not gonna just happen in like a day. That's, yeah. Well, the review process is looking for malware. Does that make sense? The review process is not necessarily anything other than like malware investigation. Does that make sense? Or anything that's violating Apple's and Google's and Steam's terms of service. They're not like inspecting the code to make sure the game is good or anything like that. They're trying to protect their clients, whether the end users of Apple, Steam, and Google Play. That's the purpose of the review. Does that make sense? So whatever they changed in the code that caused High Evolutionary to not show up last night, they have to change the client and then resubmit the 3 stores for approval, which never is quick. It always takes time. I don't know. I have no idea how they bugged it. But obviously it was something happened between Howard the Duck's release and then the patch was after the Howard Duck release. So whatever they put into the patch unwound the process for releasing new cards. It's not the card. It's not the card that's the problem. The store is the problem. This is the problem right here. This is the problem. Something on how the store works got fucked between Howard the Duck's release and the patch, because the patch happened after Howard the Duck's release. Yeah, it's something to do with the code, and they have to change the code, which means they have to... Okay, we're gonna make a video about it because, like, I think 90... Like, it's... Yeah, it has nothing to do with the card itself. It has to do with the code and the way that the cards are released. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Sounds correct to me. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could... Well, here's the thing. Howard the Duck released correctly. Then there was a patch. So something with the patch screwed up the release method process and causing High Evolutionary to not release. And apparently it couldn't be fixed easily without creating a new client. And creating a new client requires them to submit that to Google, Apple, and Steam. Now, what that means is Google, Steam, and Apple all have different processes, but they're primarily looking for malware, things that are against the terms of service. They're not inspecting the code to see if it's good. They're looking for predatory, nebulous apps corrupting their platform from having integrity. When you download a game off of Steam or Google Play or Apple, you have some assurance that Apple looked into the app so that it's not spying on you or violating a law. That's the type of stuff that Google and Apple are looking for. They're not inspecting the code to see if it's good or if it works or anything like that. They're just trying to see if it's something that's, egregious, malicious software is actually being published and released on their store. And that takes time. They don't just approve everything. So every time that a developer comes out with a new patch, they have to submit it to Google, Apple, and Steam, and then they have to review the code to make sure that there's nothing weird inside of it, and then they allow it to be published on their platform. Yeah, so it'll get fixed, but yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, but this idea that this is going to be magically that all three stores are going to jump up in the middle of last night and start working on this and bump other apps out of queue because they go into a queue, right? Like there's a lot of apps that need to get approval from Apple and Google and Steam. They have to get approval from all three. And this idea that this is just going to happen in like 8 hours in the middle of the night because somebody screwed up at second dinner, I just don't see that happening. Yeah, who knows? I mean, you got to something in the last update, which happened after the Howard Duck release, probably screwed up the way that this store works. Yeah, Apple is notoriously slow. Like I just don't see it. All right, I don't know if I have enough for. Let's see. I gotta get enough. I almost have enough information for a video. Yeah. I had this also. I was actually like pretty excited about this last night, and then when I went and I was like, "Oh, I'm not even supposed to be here today." All right, let's see if we can find some more stuff to talk about. We could talk about Galactus getting nerfed. let's go to snap.fam. Cards, stats. All right, let's find those other message. They've said other things about Galactus. We should probably pull up the other Galactus. Yeah, dude, this is really high actually. You guys see this? It's actually the most played deck right now. The most played deck right now, between 50 and 99, is Galactus. Reasonable cube rate. Like reasonable, I mean high cube rate. All right. For more information, let's see. There was let's see. Steven sent me a bunch. Let me see if I can find them. All right, so this was a couple weeks ago what they said about Galactus. Thank you, Steven, for sending me this stuff from time to time. Wasn't crossing our nerf thresholds. Well, now it has. Galactus will get nerfed. Yeah, they actually said this yesterday. Yep. All right, I'll go into what they actually said right here. Yeah, they're gonna nerf. They're gonna do something to Galactus. This was yesterday. This was yesterday in the middle of the morning or whatever. Has Galactus finally crossed the threshold? Yes. So we're gonna read so they're doing something about Galactus. Yeah, well, here's okay. Well, I'll read this before I make the video, just so I can get better context from everybody. So this was said a couple of reasons. Will Galactus be chasing? He says the reason he hasn't been changed is that the deck and its cards weren't crossing our nerf thresholds. As a losing deck played by a small number of people doesn't quite as oppressive, even if it can be frustrating. However, if we look at the data today, it is the most popular deck with a very high cube rate and a positive win rate. So this was said a couple weeks ago. They're saying we're not going to nerf Galactus because it's not winning and not as many people are playing it. We don't care if you think it's frustrating. They've said once before that Galactus, because Galactus was a polarizing cards, they were more likely to do something to Galactus than a non-polarizing card. They actually said that once before too. Recently, he has consistently remained too popular, even with a weak win percentage, so we're exploring potential adjustments. However, he is not a simple card to change. Both from a design perspective and from a technological one, we rather make no change than one that accidentally makes him either stronger or unplayable, so we're exercising diligence as we figure out the course. So when he said this, which was a couple weeks ago, the logic for not nerfing Galactus is that popularity and win rates, right? Well, that has changed. And I think that has to do with Leech disappearing. Leech was like a pretty strong counter to Galactus, and Leech is not getting played as much, right? So then, this is what they said yesterday. A while ago, you pointed out that Galactus hasn't reached the threshold you set for him, and that threshold is much lower than for regular cards. Yes, so that's... Now my question is, he crossed the line. He has been the most popular deck in the game since the beginning of the previous season. His play rate, according to my third-party sources available, regular players like me, he's oscillating between 8 and 12%. Yes, his play rate hasn't subsided as we hoped. We've reviewed ways we can adjust his card to better accomplish their goals. They're nerfing Galactus or a card in the Galactus deck. I mean, how else are we supposed to interpret that? That is what's going to happen. This one's from today. Is there another one? Is there another one from today? All right, let's see. Let's see here. Oh, we got a lot to read, actually. Oh, there's more. All right. Yeah. Okay. So this, we got it. So, yeah, we got it. This is from before. This is what's happening, and this is what they said today. And then there's some, and then there's the play rates, right? How much do raw numbers? Is 50 blah blah blah? Just hanging a big bad series. A lot of people want Galactus nerf stuff. You could play on turn 6, which is not the way, in my opinion. He's the most predictable archetype, easiest to counter. His counters are presented good. Consider top 10, 15 decks, Cosmo players, prefer to name a few. He's not the problem, is the card. Get to play him, Death, Null, Spider-Man, Doc Ock, Shang-Chi. Same margin goes for Wave. She's fine. The problem is the card, passive cost reduction, blah, blah, blah. When a card gets hated like this, but it's fine counter-wise, you don't need to force a certain card in your deck to counter. You should take a stance. We will not nerf insert card for the foreseeable future. What do you say? The community's primary impact on bond change is to influence the timing or nature of the change. Now they're not, we'll make one. We may prioritize louder concerns higher once. Okay, so again, this guy is data driven. Like, he's been very specific that he looks at data. If the data is strange, then they look to the community to find out why the data is the way it is, and if the community sees this problem as well. Does that make sense? He's very much a data driven person. Like, they do consider the community, but only to give context to data that they're already seeing. Does that make sense? We see data. We don't like this data. Let's go to the community to get context to the data, and then they'll maybe or maybe not make a change. But it starts and stops with data, right? As far as this guy goes. I mean, he didn't say it exactly like that, but... Yeah, I think they should be more... I worry that they... Well, I don't know. But Galactus is the most popular deck in the game right now. I don't know if that's good. When Galactus was like negative win rate, poor cube rate, I could care less, but that's not the case right now. It's actually pretty strong and very popular. And it's generally perceived as a... The other thing too, the reason why I don't care about Galactus as much as other people is the play rate for Galactus tanks once people hit infinite. So for me to say Galactus is not a big deal, well, maybe it is a big deal to people that are climbing, because the play rate for Galactus is way higher when people are climbing to infinite than it is once people hit infinite. I actually don't encounter Galactus that much. So it's something that doesn't necessarily affect me that much once I hit infinite. Because people just stop playing Galactus in infinite mostly. Not entirely, but mostly. Yeah, I think Doc Ock is the problem. If I was in charge, my prediction is that they're gonna nerf Doc Ock, and they're gonna make Doc Ock a 6/15 or something. What's they've extracted every dollar value from the card will nerf it? I think that too. I actually think there might be something along that. Although this guy, I got to give credit to this guy, Glenn. He seems to say, like, somebody asked him a question about like marketing and blah, 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 and like tokens in the shop. And he's like, I don't know about that. Like, he actually does not know about like that kind of stuff. I remember him being like, yeah, it's a different person. I just know, like, he's like in balance. Yeah. But you see Doc Ock and like 10 to 15% Galactus play. I think the problem, I think what Doc Ock does, well, first of all, the reason why I've singled out Doc Ock is that how many decks out there are not Galactus decks that play Doc Ock? I don't know of any. There might be one, but I think Doc Ock has like a 98% correlation to being played with Galactus. Yeah. Yeah. And so if you want to nerf a card, but not, and there's not an easy way of nerfing Galactus, you want to nerf cards that correlate to the Galactus deck, right? Yondu, Wolverine, Electro, Wave, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Doc Ock, Null, Galactus, American Chavez, Destroyer, and Death. Which of these 11 cards are not played in other decks, but almost always played in a Galactus deck? Null? Doc Ock? See what I'm saying? Like you can effectively nerf Galactus in some small way by, let's say, adjusting Doc Ock and Null. Because primarily Doc Ock and Null are not being played in non-Galactus decks. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, in fact, I think Null actually gets played in non-Galactus decks. What I'm saying is the logical choice of a card for them to target if they want to knock Galactus down a tad. I'm not talking about, like, destroying the deck, destroying the upper type, but if their intent is to make some sort of small change to the Galactus archetype to make it less popular and win less or something like that, I think they could do that with Doc Ock. And if they made Doc Ock a 6/15, I think he wouldn't even get played with Galactus anymore. Yeah. Because the reason why Galactus is, or Doc Ock is used, if you're a Galactus player, you know this. You play Doc Ock on the turn before you play Galactus, and it strips all the counters. Like, all the Cosmos and arrows and all that shit just gets wiped out of their hand. And that's the whole purpose of Doc Ock, is to fuel Null and get rid of the counters. Yeah, maybe it's a starting place. I mean, what if their intent is to make an incremental change and then just see how that goes? Let's say they do something to Doc Ock and you add Daredevil. That's actually a reasonable thing. I still think that it might make the deck a little bit less. And maybe that's all they're trying to do, is to make it a little bit less. If you make Doc Ock a 6/15, I think Doc Ock would then suddenly see play with Shuri. And somebody might do something wild like Shuri Doc Ock on the last turn. And then Doc Ock, if Doc Ock has like, say, 15 power or 16 power, he'll get played somewhere else. I mean, they make him like a 6/16 or a 6/15. Yeah, in a Shuri deck specifically. All right, let's finish reading this. All right, what does he say? Community's primary impact on balance changes influence the timing and nature of the change, not whether we'll make one. When we prize louder concerns higher once we decide to take action, we'll preserve what players have made clear that enjoys whatever we can. Series and past status mostly don't matter. All right. So we do avoid adjusting the newest content when all else seems equal. Well, see, he's got that highlighted. So this is to someone in chat said that they nerf cards when their dun's being spent. And he says that we do avoid adjusting the newest content when all else seems equal. So that kind of makes to your point about that they nerf things when they're no longer popular, when they're not making money off of it. That's a tiebreaker because we prefer not to dampen the excitement surrounding a new card because it impacts revenue, and changing older cards makes collections feel less stale anyways. For what it's worth, I don't agree with your assessment of Galactus or Wave in some fundamental ways, but a larger topic that I dig into here. What if y'all pulled 2 cards from the hand? Yeah, that might be interesting. No, what I'm saying, if they want to, okay, so Darkhawk is too powerful. Let's adjust Rock Slide to 5 power. Did that really change much? It's a small change. If they want to make a small change to the Galactus archetype, they could do something to Doc Ock. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to revolutionize, obliterate the archetype, change it. It's still going to be, they want to make a small adjustment to the Galactus archetype, and if they don't know if without doing anything to Galactus, they could look at a card like Doc Ock. It's not complicated. What I'm trying to say is not complicated. Maybe I'm not wording it correctly. Now we're going to talk about High Evolutionary. Yeah, 6/15 for Doc Ock he would still be a playable card in other decks, but not playable in Galactus. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, any small adjustment to Doc Ock might knock Galactus down a notch to still playable, but not in the same. I mean, that's all I'm talking about. Small changes like moving Rock Slide down 1 power. And people are like, well, I didn't do anything. It does something. Doesn't do a lot. All right. All right, we're going to talk about High Evolutionary and the screw up or whatever happened over there. So, obviously right here, this is not right. I've got 2 Howard the Ducks. High Evolutionary did not show up last night. We got notifications on our phone that High Evolutionary is available in the token shop. And I just want to also put something else out there. I don't understand why Second Dinner does these, major things when they're not working or very late. Like this person probably was in East Coast, or Central Time. Monday at 11 o'clock. I know for me out in Nevada, which is the same time zone as California, is at 8 o'clock at night. I don't think they're working there. So a couple things I want to talk about before we talk about how long it's going to take for this to get fixed and what's happening. This has something to do with the store. Now, Howard the Duck last week was released the day before the patch. So the patch came out after Howard the Duck was released, because the release for Howard the Duck was correct. So what I'm saying is this problem doesn't appear to be with the card itself, but has something to do with the release method. And the release method was working before the patch. So we're going to go over some memes and then what they've actually said. And then I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen. When the entire community has been sitting 6K tokens for 2 months for High Evolutionary. The best I could do is Howard the Duck. Yeah. Hey, everybody, this guy has 2 Howard Ducks in the token chat. See, nobody cares. So what they said is that they initially said is like, hey, there's a problem. We're not going to be able to fix this. We'll update tomorrow with more information. The fix for High Evolution is you require a client patch, which unfortunately means it's going to take some time. We'll continue to update everyone as we work towards the solution. Appreciate y'all. Sorry for the inconvenience. So here's the thing. When they have to recode, they're not able to fix this with a simple over-the-air measures or something in a hot fix. Apparently, the system for releasing cards and whatever that is, adding it into boxes, adding it to the store, all of that stuff got broken with the introduction of the patch, and they have to make a new patch and submit the patch for approvals. And this is where I think this is going to take a lot of time. So when there's a new patch created for the game, it has to go to each store for approvals. Google, Apple, and Steam. And the approvals and the things that those companies are looking for is, whatever's against their terms of service. Does this have malware? Does the software have spying technology and stealing your credit card information? They want to preserve the integrity of their platforms, and so that when you download an app off of the Apple Store, you know that there's nothing super horrible in this. Now, I just don't think, and based off my experience with developers, that something screws up in the middle of the night, Second Dinner scrambles all night to rewrite the code, and then rushes to Apple, Google, and Steam and says, pretty please, we screwed up. Can you allow our app to cut in line ahead of all the other apps that you have for review? No, this is going to take time. At least one of the 3 of them is going to hold this back, maybe for several days. My general understanding of how long this process takes is 2 days, unless there's new information that I don't know about. I don't see this getting fixed or High Evolutionary being introduced to the game for at least 2 days. If they have to create a new client patch, resubmit for approval to Google, Apple, and Steam, because they have to go and look and do their best practices, due diligence to make sure that there's nothing harmful to the consumers inside there. They're not testing it for, bugs or anything like that. They're looking for predatory things inside of mobile apps and things like that. So it's going to take a little bit of time, and I think High Evolutionary is going to be delayed at least 2 days. Also, a new update about Galactus. And before I get into this, there's a lot of opinions on Galactus, and I made a video about Galactus, and my takeaway from Galactus in my last video talking about whether Galactus needs a nerf was that the way that I saw it at that time is that Galactus had a low cube rate, a negative win rate, and was easy to counter. And just because the deck is frustrating, I personally didn't see the need for them to nerf them. And then I said multiple times that my opinion will change on this if Galactus becomes the most popular deck with a positive win rate and high cube rate. Well, guess what has happened? Let's read what the developers said, because they're the ones that actually matter, and they're the ones that got to make a decision about this. And this is what they said a couple of weeks ago, because then we're going to give context to what they said yesterday. And I also believe that this means that we're going to get some sort of change to the deck, probably to a card like Doc Ock. And I'll explain my reasoning for this. So, will Galactus be changing? This was a couple weeks ago. The reason it has been changed is that the deck and its cards weren't crossing our nerf threshold. As a losing deck, that's right, at the time that they wrote this, the deck primarily had a negative win rate, played by a small number of people. It wasn't at the rate that it is being played today, of people, doesn't qualify as oppressive, even if it can be frustrating. Recently, and then they also qualified this, recently has consistently remained too popular, even with the weak win percentage. So we're exploring potential adjustments. However, he is not a simple card to change, and this is why I think they're going to do something to Doc Ock. Both from a design perspective and from a technological one, we'd rather make no change than accidentally makes him either stronger or unplayable, so we exercise diligence as we figure out the best course. So since this was stated, some things have changed, and I think largely it has to do with Leech. I think Leech is not being played as much, and Leech was like a pretty strong counter to Galactus, and that's not a thing. But if I go and look at, play rates, that the most played games, from 50 to 99, because also true, once you hit infinite and go over 100, the play rate for Galactus actually goes down considerably. But it's the most played deck with a high, above average. 53% is a good win rate, but it's not like 60% or 55%, anything like that. But plus 3.3 cubes is actually pretty good. In the past, when I've looked at Galactus, he had like a 0.1 cube rate and had like a 49% win rate. So this has gone up, and it is the most popular deck. And then if I look at Snap.fan, we can see that it looks like he's being played in 9.83. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the play rate is actually higher, much higher, pre-infinite, and then it drops off by 30-40% going post-infinite. So, and then it has reasonable cube rates, and when played, almost a 0.9 cube rate. So, what did they say today? And this is the reason why I think that Galactus is going to be nerfed, or I actually think they're going to look into a card like Doc Ock. It doesn't have to be Doc Ock. Maybe it'll be some other card, but I'll explain why I think it's going to be Dark Art. A while ago, you point out that Galactus hasn't reached the threshold you set for him, and that the threshold is much lower than for regular cards. Yeah, they also said in another post that because Galactus is a polarizing card, they had a lower threshold for nerfing Galactus. They actually said that at one point in the past as well. Now, my question is, has he crossed that line? He has been the most popular deck in the game since the beginning of the previous season, and his play rate, according to my third-party sources that are available to regular players like me on Untapped, is oscillating between 11 and 12%. And then they said, yes, his play rate hasn't subsided as we'd hoped. We've reviewed ways we could adjust his card to better accomplish our goals. So I want to talk about two other posts that he also talked about, kind of gives better context to this thing as well. But if I'm looking at just this deck here above me, and if they wanted to make a small adjustment to the Galactic deck that wouldn't change him drastically, but maybe like it's, slightly lowers his play rate, slightly lowers his win rate, slightly reduces his cube rate, maybe they look at an adjacent card. So they've done that before, like they did that with Dark Hawk. Dark Hawk was seen as being a little bit strong, and what did they do? They nerfed Rock Slide. They made him a 4/5 from a 4/6. Did that change Rock Slide and Dark Hawk drastically? No, but just a little bit. And one of those cards, just like Rock Slide, is pretty much exclusively played with Dark Hawk, is Doc Ock. When I look at this deck list, a lot of these cards are played in other decks in other situations, but largely I think Doc Ock and Null are played with Galactus. There are a couple decks that run Null without Galactus, but actually I don't know if there's any decks right now that play Doc Ock with Galactus. So if they wanted to do something to the Galactus archetype and knock it down just a tad, like they did with Rock Slide, maybe they do something to Doc Ock. And what I could see them doing is making Doc Ock cost 6 and maybe have 15 power. Because the thing that Doc Ock does for the Galactus deck is he goes off the turn before Galactus and he strips all the counters out of the hand. So either the number of cards or where the cards come from, or just making it not work in that manner where he can't go off the turn before Galactus would change the way the deck works. Now, that doesn't mean Galactus would go away. I suspect that a lot of people would just, if Doc Ock got changed like that, people would just pivot to like cards like Daredevil, but that might be enough. We'll have to see. At the end of the day, it's pretty much up to them. And I wanted to read one more post. There was another post that basically was talking about Galactus nerfs and wave nerfs and things like that. And he said something that also interesting, and then we'll wrap up the video. Community's primary impact on balance change is to influence the timing or nature of the change, not whether we will make one. They rely on data, is what he's saying. We may prioritize louder concerns higher once we decide to take action, and will preserve what players have made clear that they enjoy whenever we can. And then somebody made the comment to me, is like, well, they only nerf cards when they're going to drop from series 4 to 3, and that's about money. And he kind of confirms that a little bit, not for that reason, but he says, yeah, they do wait to nerf cards. Like when they come out, they don't nerf cards, but as soon as they're going to drop from like series 4 to series 3, that's when they do it. Kind of, that's what he says right here. Series and past status mostly don't matter, though we do avoid adjusting the newest content when all else seems equal. All right, that's a tiebreaker because we prefer not to dampen the excitement surrounding new cards, and changing older cards makes collections feel less stale anyway. Okay, so that kind of gives some explanation. What do you think about this Galactus nerfs? What do you think about High Evolutionary? I'm still waiting for my High Evolutionary, but me personally, I'd be pretty surprised if High Evolutionary was available today. I'm expecting 2 days, but we'll have to see. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now. All right, let's see. Let's see. I published this. I gotta make a thumbnail. What do we got? 11 o'clock. Uh-oh. This has been weird lately. How this has been happening. Freezing. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it's the only card that plays his tokens and not adds them. Yeah, that's true. Mysterio is a very unique card. Yeah, Mysterio fundamentally works differently than like Squirrel Girl or Doom or White Tiger or any of those cards. Very different card. Yeah, he triggers on all three, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I hope that they do something small, like I'm not like a nerf cards, nerf all the cards type of person, or you know, I don't like this deck because it plays like, because where do you draw the line? Because then when, you know, my deck hates Killmonger. You played Killmonger, you fuck. Fuck Killmonger. Let's nerf that shit out of that card because I lost to Killmonger and I can't win if you play Killmonger because I refuse to play any other decks and I only play decks that get destroyed by Killmonger. You know, it's just a weird conversation when it's like, you know, that, you know, I nerf everything that beats the deck I'm playing right now. I don't think that's reasonable. Yeah, so but like Galactus, so the conversation then has to be about play rates, cube rates, and win rates, not my opinion on a card and whether I think it's fun or not. And the data on Galactus has shifted. I mean, that's factual. That's not like, you know, an opinion or anything. The data on Galactus has shifted into an area of where he's getting played a lot and he's winning a lot and he has a high cube rate. Okay, well, that's how this game works. I'll give you the link to the video, Anti-Advent. I'm uploading it right now. Actually, here. I think you might be able to watch it now. Can't wait for the Quicksilver meta. I know, right? I don't think they're going to nerf Galactus. I think they're going to nerf Doc Ock. I really do. All right, let's make a thumbnail. They changed too many cards. If they change too many cards, everyone going to spend money and then hurt them overall. But they part players with big bads generally leaving. Yeah, I think what the problem that I have with the nerfing of cards is when they do it, it feels like they do it when they've extracted as much value in the form of collector tokens from the community as possible. I don't think they should delete Galactus from the game. That's not reasonable. I don't feel that way at all. But hey, I'm the guy that doesn't care if someone thumbs up emotes me. And there's people that literally will cry if people get thumbed up emojied. So I'm a little different than a lot of people. That's all I'm saying. Like, I've never once needed to mute a player, or I mean, that's not true. I've muted people where it got annoying. Like, they just kept doing it. It's like, well, that's kind of annoying. They got like if they're running a script or something like that. But the number of players that I've muted is like 1 or 2 total. There's people that preemptively mute people. Okay, I just don't get it. Like, you're a different kind of person than me. I'll just agree that people look at things in a different way that I do. Yes, it's in this video here. In fact, whenever someone starts thumbs upping me, I usually fist bump them. And then I also don't thumbs up people, like because I just don't think it's anything. I was to buy emotes. They're gonna with that card, right? What's his face? The Daily Planet guy, right? I don't like this. Yeah, the Jonah Jameson. Yeah, that's what. Are people gonna get more? Like, are people gonna lose their minds if that guy emotes you? Like, holy moly! Like, I can't wrap my head around this. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, are people gonna just put that that card in Galactus decks? Yeah, I mean, I don't understand like the what people get out of if they like the motors, like do they think that, well, I guess it's working, like if it actually annoys people, then they won, right? That is the desired effect, I guess. So you let them win? I don't know. All right. I just the only emotes that I use, I don't really use them that much. Like fist bump if I know somebody. I also will fist bump somebody if they're being slow, like is like you know how like the first round, if it just takes the full amount of time on turn one, like I wonder if they just forgot to hit the end button. So sometimes I'll fist bump them to like, hey man, are you there? Or hello. I'll do the Deadpool if I screw up sometimes. Other than that, I don't really use the emotes. How do I spell evolutionary? Ooh. The thumbs up text emoji if you beat me and I was impressed. Oh my god. I think that the general community means that the thumbs up is like fuck you, right? It's like an FU thing. Oh, there is Ms. Marvel in the data mine. She will be. Let's see. Is she a card? Yeah, here's right here. Ongoing. I mean, this could change. She's kind of like Mr. Fantastic. If this is your only card here, adjacent locations have +5 power. So she's kind of like a weird. I mean, I'm sure that could change, but yeah, the idea of the ability being similar to Mr. Fantastic appeals to me because I don't know. It's old though. I mean, this is data mine. They could change it 900 times. I mean, they changed Nebula, High Evolutionary, Living Tribunal. They change these cards. Don't this doesn't matter. This is what they're, you know, this could get changed like 900 times. Should I storm this location here? I've seen the look again. Yeah, Inhumans typically have something to do with the middle, but they've kind of stopped doing that a little bit, right? Let's do Star-Lord and Daredevil. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's do that. Let's just do the same, and then I can Doom, and then that'll be that. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. Eight cubes. That's how you get 8 cubes. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's amazing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep going. All right, we'll put Nebula in the far lane. I know, man. Sinister London? All right, let's do that. Video about the High Evolutionary is right there. That's the link to it. Rickety Bridge. Raw. That's kind of garbage, right? Got him. Uh-oh. Well, go right, go right, go right, go right. All right, cool. Is that bad? Probably. Huh. That's good, right? So I win the game? Yeah, I think that's almost like a win right there, right?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Oh, Nimrod. That's good for them, right? All right, so I can play. They can play what Destroyer here. I put 5 and 5 there. No, no, no. Let's see if they play Destroyer. That'll get exploded, right? And then they would have 5 power here. Five power here, 10 power there, right? Yep. It's math! Oh, wait a minute. I did the math wrong. Yeah, I forgot about him blowing up there. Oof. Hard oof. Sad face. I missed it. I missed it. Sad face. Rickety Bridgety. Yeah, let's see. So, yeah, so it re-explodes. Forgot all about Rickety Bridge re-exploding. I'm garbage. All right. Hey, it's Gary. Can't play your first card each turn. I like it. All right, so we're going to blow that up. Yeah, that felt bad. All right, so I can lock out this lane over here, right? With Professor X, hopefully. That's not good, though.
Opponent snapped.
I don't know what he's going to do.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Eight tie. Oh, wait, they're going to have more points, huh? So I don't win that. Hmm. I didn't play this right. This is too much point. This is too many points right here. I can't win more than the tiebreaker. Well, let's YOLO it. What day is the week? Is it Tuesday?
Breaking news.
Taco, yeah. Wow, look at this. What the, holy shit. Tuesday Taco Day. After turn 3, murder all cards here. Destroy all cards? All right. Oh, I should have went there. I don't know. Yeah, this guy is... That's a pretty bonkers card right there, right? I gotta get... I mean, I just gotta give him props for this. Like, holy moly. Holy moly, right? Rock slide.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, look at that. Let's see what happens. Darkhawk, Zabu. Yeah. Don't move Jeff. Why would I move Jeff? Enchantress for the win. Yeah, then I would tie there. I don't want to move. That was what I guess I could have put Daredevil there and then moved my Jeff over for one more point, I guess, is what you're saying? Okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it. One extra point. Yeah. Maybe that would have been good. No, High Evolutionary is delayed. There's the link to the video.
Wind, aid my hand.
At least nothing in Hell's Kitchen, then I'll scoop that up. Yeah. I don't know where they work. I don't know. I actually, so that is a 6 total power, right? And then Kitty. All right, let's do this. Lock up that lane there. So that, because Collector is just going to run rampant, right? And then we can place America Chavez.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Oh, so that's bad. He's going to get 3 more power. 1, 2, 3. And Bishop's going to go up by 3, so I'll lose. Ooh, should I 50-50 this with Doom? Let's 50-50 this with Doom. $50-50 right here with Doom. Actually, that doesn't help me, right? Oh, we got it. No, yeah, I didn't want to do anything mid. I just wanted, I was losing mid no matter what. You like the 50-50 on that? It was a 50-50, right? I don't know if they work at home or what, but the industry, everybody, this game was built at home from people working at home, right? So they probably are, a lot of them still working from home, right? Like the whole game was built during COVID. It's hard to say. I don't know. I know Marvel Strike Force largely is still work from home. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like,
Aid my hand.
do I want to play Iron Lad here or Nebula? No, Nebula's better, right? Is it worth the 3 power? Maybe. Iron Lad, you jerk. All right, so they didn't even bother with the flooded. I don't know if I can win that actually, but all right, so what I've got, let's see, I've got either Spider-Man or Doom, right? All right, let's go. It's either Spider-Man or Doom. Or Iron Lad. Holy moly, what are they doing? Oh, are they playing Falcon? They gotta be playing Falcon this turn. Yeah. I actually wouldn't mind Spider-Man right here. Oh, we got Doom instead. So they can gain 4 power over there, right? 4 power. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Spider-Man would have been better. One, two, three, four. One, yeah, I only go by 2. Professor X? I was thinking about Professor X. Professor X would have been interesting. Well, this is going to be interesting, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, this is fun, right? This is fun. You jerk! Look at that Killmonger, though. Oh, that's just the normal one, right? Do I want to delay that one more turn? Or... I don't know what to do. I feel like not having Nebula kind of messed me up a little bit. Oh, Shadow King actually did something.
Aid my hand.
Amazing. Oh, this is a loss. Uh, 800 games, I think. Or, I wrote it down. 800 games. Let's see if I can find it. I wrote it down in my trusty roasted notepad. $621 games. Oof, Benjamin, that sucks. How many cards do you not have? Benjamin, you might be screwed. Yeah, I don't know. You might be able to send a ticket into customer support on that though, right? Do you think they would do anything for you? Seven 769 is not bad. No, I don't think that's bad. Let's do Groot. Why not? Oh, then the cycle, it won't be too bad, Benjamin. Like, it won't be that bad, right? Actually, I don't think you have much to worry about. Let's see, I would like... Let's see, we've got Nebula, Jeff, Storm, Doom. Actually, I like all of those options, right? It's annoying, yeah, but it'll cycle back. If I mean, it sounds like if you're pull 3 complete and you're missing 3 pull 4 cards, then it'll cycle in like 2-3 days, maybe. Oh, we got Doom. Okay, so Spoderman wins this right here, right?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
All right, so he has 2 swarms and a 16 power apocalypse. 2 swarms and a 16 power apocalypse. So if I can put 11 power there, that doesn't trigger because of Cosmo. Yeah, he's going to put 16 plus, and then the 2 swarms probably there. It doesn't matter. He's got 6 plus 16. He's got 22 power to dump. And I can't dump 22 power. Right? This is unwinnable. If he just plays APOC there. It took me a minute. So what, I just need to try to get like Doom, right? Let's see if I can get Doom. Chantress there. Chantress win me? Win that lane maybe? Alright. I'll see what you got. Because I'm going to lock him out right there. I can draw into Professor X. Rock slide. Let's see. Ooh, that's not enough. That's enough to win, yeah. Yeah. Should I snap him here? Enchantress? He kills his Zabu, right? Well, Iron Lad won't help me. I mean, he has Doom, I guess. Uh-oh, please don't be Doom. Shit. You jerk! Oh, we still win? Wow, that's a lot of points. All right, let's see if it refreshes here in a second. Yeah, we're getting good results with this, right? 50% win rate, but we still have a cube. Like, we've been... That's good enough, right? That's Snapster. I don't know what that means. Oh, Giganut is Snapster? All right.
Wind, aid my hand.
All right, let's do Iron Lad there. Sentry. Ooh. All right, so he's just going to lose that lane, I guess? Hmm. I think we're going to YOLO it here. I think we're going to... Is he going to play both cards now? Let's YOLO this. Shoot. Yeah, Luke Cage is... Get ready to see Luke Cage in, like, so many decks. Yeah, get ready for Luke Cage to be, like, everywhere. I do think that will be a thing. All right, I'll play it. I don't particularly like my hand, but I'll play it. It was faster this month. 1285 down to 896 down to 822. This month 621. So it's the fastest. I've had one season like in 300, 200. I think 300 is the fastest I've ever done it. But that was somewhat of an anomaly. Or we got to do this now, right? Before he mystiques it. Oh, I don't have priority, so that doesn't matter. I don't know. I see you, Luke Cage, and I'll raise you a rogue. I know, no kidding, right? Blue Marvel, that's 3, right? So if I this is not great though, right? Yeah, I don't think I win this no matter what. Yeah, because Ultron bots there, I can't win. Yeah, I can't win this. Magneto instead of Chavez? Yeah, sounds fine. I play this guy all the time. I think of you all the time, Steve, but I play this guy like every day, it seems like. Yeah, but I still lose the other 2 lanes. Like, I'm just dead. Yeah, I just don't see... All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock him out over here. Let's snap here. I'm just going to snap now. Ah! I'm going to do Professor X and Doom.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Fine. All All right, so I might as well take a chance that I hit Gamora here. I'm gonna take a chance that I hit Gamora. What is that? A 1 in 3? 1 in 3 chance I hit Gamora here? Let's go. Yeah, 1 in 3 chance I hit Gamora. So that's a good play. I mean, I might win it anyways. I mean, it's 9 power, right? 9 power plus 2. That means he has to put 11 there. But if I hit Gamora, and I do, I hit Gamora. Oh, did that kill me? Oh, dude. Oh, the Gamora ruined me. If I would have hit the if I would have hit the other two, I wouldn't have lost. Oh my god. That's funny. All right, I think I'll end it there. That's funny. Yeah, somehow Gamora bumped him up to Shang-Chi range, right? Still, the deck had very good results. Even though I only had a 50% win rate, average cubes was through the roof. 1.25 went up 2 ranks, 20 ranks. That's, well, the new 7 system, that's a lot. That's a lot. You think he was watching the stream? Possibly. I'm still here. No, I've never really done that. All right, I think I'm gonna call it. All right, bye for now.